All right, my name is Sequeira. Thank you, Shika, for the introduction. I'm not sure how receptive I'll be today or the other way around, but I'll do my best. I work for SUSE for quite some time now. She's already introduced me. I'm not going to get into that. Quickly, I'm not going to take much of your time. I'll keep it as simple as possible. I'll keep it interactive as possible. For interaction, you do understand आपकी तरफ से भी interaction आना चाहिए. Otherwise, मैं यहाँ पर खड़े रह के बोलता रहूँगा and nothing will come to me. It's just going to be the other way around. So we'll not do that, okay? We'll talk with each other for the next 15 minutes that I have. Oh, I've got more than 15 minutes. Surprise, actually. All right. So technology trends. How many of you actually are aware of these trends? Can I see quickly with a show of hands? Wow. Just a few? So on the right-hand side, nobody is aware of these trends? Is that what you're telling me? What about the left-hand side? You're aware of the trends? Now, why I asked you this question? Because quite frankly, I'm not going to get into these details. You are already aware of this. What you probably are looking at is what these trends can do for you from your business perspectives. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I right here? Yeah. Yes or no? Yes. Good. A little bit louder. Yes or no? Yes. Fantastic. So now, the business outcomes is what you are trying to derive out of the technologies. Whatever you may choose from. You could probably have one or two from the technology trends, or you may probably go for more. You're thinking from the e-governance perspective, the machine learning perspective, so on and so forth. Fair enough. But at the end of the day, the right side is what probably, I've just put probably a few points there about driving efficiency, cost optimization, so on and so forth, would be your end results, right? When you talk about these technology and you want to have a results, you are actually looking at open source in a big time. Because most of your new innovations, your technologies are coming in via the open source way. It doesn't come just with SUSE way or Red Hat way or some other way. It comes in the open source community way. We agree with that? Right? Now, with so many open source projects going on daily, millions of them in GitHub, etc., the question is, what are you going to choose? Why you're going to choose? Because quite frankly, when you talk about an open source community, you have to also have this question in mind, how and where do you start? What do you leverage from the open source community that can help your organizations achieve the business outcomes? Secondly, you want to also know whether these are really enterprise grade or also not. Or do you just want to pick and choose from the market, like how you go buying a fish for that matter or vegetables? Even when you buy a fish for that matter, you check the gills of the fish whether to see whether it's really fresh or not. I've done that. I learned it from my mother. And from the vegetables perspective, I have jack no clue. I just look at if it's green in color and I pick it up. Okay, but that's not how we do in an enterprise world, do we? Anybody here who does that? That's the reason why you want companies to come and speak to you, talk to you, and have this engagement, and then post the engagements, you get into a frame or phrase or a phase for that matter where you want to ensure and explore whether this actually meets your requirements or not. It is one thing to say, but it is absolutely another thing to do it. The question is who and what can be done or what can be achieved using the open source, especially when you have these questions. Now, when you have these questions in your mind lingering, whether are we doing the right choice or no, whether can we bank on it or no, can this really be there 5 years down the line or no, these are the question marks which comes around from the open source world. That is the reason why companies like SUSE are existing, to help you take that step. Now, before I go any further, there is this saying that change always begins at home. Have you heard this phrase? Change always begins at home. When you see a kid with good manners, good upbringing, you say what? His upbringing has been good, right? So change begins from home. So when we talk about transformation, it also has to begin from home. Why am I saying that? Because SUSE is more than 25 years old company, and we were known to be an enterprise grade Linux operating system. We have always been open source from the day one we were born. However, we have transformed ourselves to be more than just an operating system. Okay? What we have transformed to, what we come to, I will let explain to you in a moment of time. But SUSE has been the motto of the company has been always to be open. An open source company, and we take really pride in ourselves when we say that. What it means to be open. Can somebody explain to me what it means to be open? Someone from the audience, come on. I'm not going to be talking all the time, right? I've got 15 minutes, don't worry. What is open? What do you mean to be open? Somebody speak something. Sorry? Exactly. One of the ways you're saying is code is available, which means as an open source company, I'm taking from the open source community and I'm also giving it back. That's what we do. We ardently do it, we religiously do it. Okay? What does it means to be open? Come on. Ma'am, can you say something about open, being open? That which is not locked? No lock and key? No noosing of the neck? Aapko karna hi hai. Right? Giving you the freedom of choice. Agreed? Only one gentleman I could hear, yeah, you know, fantastic. The rest, everybody is just watching me, looks like. Am I that handsome enough for you to watch me? I don't think so. What is it? Yes, right? So, we take pride in what we do. It's not a question of what we do, we also take pride in how we do it as well. So, what we bring to the table is something of both worlds. We try to build an infrastructure that is software defined for you, which means we make it sure that it's consistent right throughout your IT infrastructure, which means that it doesn't matter whether you're going to have a mixed environment, which you will definitely have it. We don't want you to throw whatever you have, because that is going to be really bad, right? As Mr. Bhattacharya also mentioned, that it's going to be a hybrid mixed environment. It's not going to be just one unique thing or unique things available in the, you're not going to just have SUSE or Red Hat or something. It's going to be a mixed environment. The question is, how do you leverage your existing environment for your future environment? How do you use the new environments in a cohesive way? That's what we try to do with giving you a software-defined infrastructure. We ensure that you don't have to worry about the challenges of it or the resilience of it or the scalability of it. Because if we give you a solution software-defined and if it's not scalable, we might as well pack our bags and go home. As simple as that. No two way about it, right? That is your software-defined infrastructure. Then there is the other aspect of it called as application modernization. Now you have a set of applications which is probably monolithic, based on whatever erstwhile codes you've been using. But you can't be using that forever. You have to change with the times. You have to be aware of the market. You have to be aware of situations and circumstances and the new things that are coming in. I mean, we even change our clothes to meet the today's style, isn't it? We don't wear those old jackets, bell bottoms. Do we wear that? No, we don't. We wear tapered trousers, crisp shirts, crisp jacket. Same thing goes for the women with their outfits, right? We try to be in trend. So also your application has to be in trend if you want to be in business with the customers today. Because at the end of the day, we talk about is customers. Every business that we do is to cater to some customer. And if the customer is not happy, then all this thing is absolutely vain, isn't it? So the application modernization, we give you all the tools that you require that can help you develop. I'm not going to use the word DevOps because it's a highly overused term. But you're going to use to develop, you're going to use to plan it, test it, phase it, and then put it in production. Basically giving a continuous environment for your team or your set of teams who are actually developing new applications. I was very happy to meet Dr. Raghunathan, I believe, today. He was sharing, yes, there's a gentleman. He was sharing about how they're using open source in NIC, and I was really amazed. It's a really proud moment to know that the various things that they're leveraging and their internal team is so skilled enough to do things. It's amazing. But is this the situation for every customer here? Having the right skill set is a challenge as well. You may have, you may not have also. That's where the solution that we offer helps you to cater to everything, not just from the implementation perspective, but also to ensure that the after effects of it is also maintained. So if you look at it, everything that we do, everything that we have on the screen, I'm not sure if you can see this very clearly, but it is all with open source projects, and I'll quickly put that on the screen. Can you see this, the names of the open source project that we are using? Do you see the open source projects? Is it clear to you? Or let me just bloat it up for you. Do you now see it very clearly? So every layer of my software-defined infrastructure or the management side, or you talk on top for the application delivery, we are leveraging open source 100%. And we make them enterprise ready for the companies, for the organization, for our customers. Okay? This is what your data center looks like. The old on the left-hand side, and you probably have new, or you're perceiving to be new, because your application now have to be microservices oriented, web-based, mobile-based, or whatever. It has to basically have all those features that you want to cater to the mass today. But then now you have two separate environments to look into, right? That's what we help you, is bridging the old with the new. We understand that there is going to be day zero challenges. What are the day zero challenges? Planning, designing, implementing. Then you'll have day one challenges of probably running it through, ensuring it's there, all the applications are fine. And then probably a day two plus would be something like maintaining it year after year, or day after day, month after month. We help you achieve this with the skill sets that we have and with the partner ecosystem that we have. We just don't do it alone. We have a broad set of ecosystem where we collaborate cohesively with our partners, be it the hardware vendors or the software. Our competitors also we collaborate with, because we understand nobody can survive alone. It has to be in a mixed environment. And that's what we believe in, that's what we cater, and that's what we give to our customers. All right? Then, as I said, we also have a skill set. Our skill sets come from the global services that we offer. We ensure that whatever we give to the customer is spick and span, which means we ensure the scope is defined, scope is met, we achieve the targets that is given. We have a set of partner ecosystem, we have set of premium services, the implementers, the consultants, we have this entire gamut of services to offer. It is pick and choose as to what will be the best for you. Correct? Yes? All right. So basically what I'm saying is, you have a need, you have an opportunity, that opportunity exists for me as well. The question is, how can we leverage, how can you leverage SUSE, how can we leverage the opportunity that you have to ensure we can bring to table a common goal? That is to ensure you have a defined infrastructure that is software based, which is ready for the future, which is ready to give you a cost benefit and to drive the efficiencies. All I'm saying is, there's too much to talk, too much to say. I can't take everything on the stage here. If you could spare a few minutes talking like Dr. Raghunathan spent time with us, spoke to me for 5 minutes with my team, Prashant and Vijay. We had an understanding, he said, okay, let's have more conversation on it. That's what we are expecting, to have more conversation with all you fine folks. It'll be a privilege to talk to you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. You have a wonderful evening.